Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and I am loving everything that we're doing today because we're getting an opportunity to upskill our leftovers.
Oh, you know, it's taking the good old humble leftover that sits in the back of the fridge usually, but let's take it, reinvent it, and give it new meaning, give it new life. Have you got a favourite leftover at all, Bravo?
Bruv. Oh, I love leftovers.
Really? See, I'm also a big fan of it. So like any leftover for you? I love it. I think it just, to me, anything that is just leftover. In fact, potatoes is one of my favourite. You know, I make a Hasselback potato where you slice the potato all the way through, and you bake those off, and you have them 2-3 days later with just lashings of butter.
Well, let's get into it. Oh. If you're struggling to get rid of any of those leftovers, then listen up, because we have the perfect recipe that takes them from simple to delectable. Usher in the refried roast potatoes. Teach us, show us how.
Well, I'm going to start off with the potatoes here. So a little bit of oil into a hot pan. So really get that up there. Oh, and I love it. When the pan smokes, then you start cooking. So very carefully is, you know, take your potatoes and pop them straight into there. Oh, a little bit of a sizzle. And then with a masher, very carefully, take them and you're going to sort of crush them a little bit. You know, break them down there. Oh, let me just get a cloth just to hold this here. Oh,
we're going to get a cloth for you. We're going to get a cloth for you.
There we go. And what we're going to do is just mash them down so they're lovely and flat. Yeah? So you want to squash them. Smash potatoes. Think of it like that there.
No, smashed.
Yeah, smashed like that. So there we go. It's a nice hot pan. That's all starting to get lots of lovely colour on there. I'm going to chop up some pickled onions. It could be gherkins. Are you a fan of gherkins?
I love gherkins.
Gherkins. So gherkins, you can really substitute. I think that's what's important this time of year. You're trying to use up your leftovers.
Sure.
And then with that, I got a little bit of cayenne just to bring a bit of a kick. But now what's really going to tie this together is you have got an epic sauce.
Bravo,
come on, take it away. What are you mixing together there?
So I have like my vinegar here, I have my honey, I have my mayo, I have mustard, I have thyme and cayenne. You know, so I don't know if in Mhlambi we can add like barbecue spice or something, you know.
Absolutely. So whatever you've got in the kitchen left over, by all means, pop it into there. Start thinking of what is going to be sweet, sour, salty, bitter. And then obviously that flavour you also get is that umami, that sort of savouriness. What's really going to give it that sort of depth of flavour, like, you know, like mushrooms describes umami really quite well. You know, mushrooms not sweet, it's not sour, but umami.
Earthy.
I think a great combination that you've got there, Bravo. You've got the sweetness of the honey, the sharpness of the mustard. You know, we were talking about that earlier on, Pali, with how mustard really works well. Herbs, again, get creative to whatever works for you. So whilst this will be mixing, I'm going to turn over these potatoes because they're going to get some lovely bit of colour. Oh, look at that colour in that pan.
Now, one thing about potatoes, no one loves leftover potatoes. I love potatoes in general, but there's something about when you refrigerate a potato, you try to take it out, it doesn't matter how much you warm it up, you put it in the microwave, it's just never the same. That integrity is kind of lost. Being able to refry them, rather, how does that make them, or re-elevate the flavours? Well,
again, all you're doing is you're warming things up a bit. Remember, you put it in the fridge. What it's going to do is, like, sort of, it's tightening up when it goes into the fridge. So here you've got the oil, the fattiness that you're going to get there. I mean, you can add a little knob of butter in here as well. That's going to really give that wonderful voluptuous edge. Then I'm going to do the sharpness and the acidity coming through from your pickled onions. But you just need to keep it really simple. A few herbs in here as well, just to sort of pick it up. You know, you always have a little, maybe a little punnet of herbs sitting in the bottom of your fridge that you need to use up. Toss those in, and that's all that you really need to do. But in here, just warm up the onions, and these potatoes have come to life. A little bit of cayenne here, just a bit of heat. Do you like chili things, Bravo?
My mum raised me on that.
Really? On
my mum raised me on hot food.
No way, really?
Yeah, and I had an Indian friend named Anthony, and he put me onto biryani. I used to go to his house every Friday.
Really?
I know he's gonna give me some of that
hot stuff, and you like it, huh?
I love hot stuff.
And speaking of which, and I'm not really meant to do this, but I wanted to have a taste of your the little dipping sauce here.
Babe, I got the sauce, though.
You know what I mean?
I got the sauce, though.
You promised quite a bit, so let's see if it's going to be as delicious. But regularly, how would you enjoy this, chef?
Well, I think, you know, you just take that sauce there and you literally just want to sort of spoon it over your potatoes. Whilst they're lovely and warm, they can absorb all that lovely flavour. How gorgeous does that look there?
I'm appreciating the sweetness.
Oh, well done. Epic sauce on top with some potatoes. Done.
And I got the sauce.
You got the sauce.
I got the sauce, ma.
10 out of 10, my gentlemen. 10 out of 10. Now, if you want in on this magic, then go to afternoonexpress.co.za for the full recipe and ingredients list to recreate this tantalizing dish.